Good afternoon. It is September 22nd, 2022. And here's what we were dealing with today. A range day. Really choppy day. I have a lot of trades marked, but I mean, in real time, me trading with real money, most of them, even the red ones, I wouldn't take. I think this blue one is a good one. But geez, man, it's super choppy. Yesterday was super choppy. You can see we're selling off here towards the close. I think this is one of those personalities, that Mac always talks about. The market has, he says, like 15 personalities or something like that. And yesterday was super choppy from here to here too. It's just a personality. A lot of like setups that to a beginner look good, but they just chop you to pieces. So just be aware of that. I didn't even make one yesterday. I didn't even think it was worth making a video yesterday because it was so choppy and there weren't a lot of trades. So early on, you get this right at a little after 5, you get this failure. You might not take this 308.25. So I was expecting it to make a new high. So you have 6 ticks to a new high. But you can see, I thought, I liked how that this leg and this leg looked similar. Sometimes that helps from my experience. Not always, but it helps. So I like this also because we had this big leg up. I thought maybe we would try and make a new high, and we failed to do that. And also, this looks like 2 legs down. Really, I think you'd probably have it like this. So it looks like 2 legs down. So I like that reversal. Nothing in here. Then we get another big leg down, and then we go sideways a little, and it corrects. And they probably trapped a bunch of people right here going long. Maybe that gets you a scalp. Actually, if you go on that engulfing bar, I like that, actually. I like that on the engulfing bar. But it's like a bunch of inside bars, so I'm going to mark it green. But four. So yeah, you would have gotten 2 points if you went on the engulfing bar. But then we start working down. Come here, first entry, second entry, short right here. But yeah, in real time, look, you're going into this like triple bottom. That's tough. I'm not sure I would be able to take that, but you could also actually, yeah, no. If you see, it's also a failure. So yeah, that's a good entry. It's a good trade. And then we're just too far from the EMA. And then this is sideways, but it's like a wedge. I don't really know those terms, but I've heard them used before. It keeps making lower highs, so you might consider that. But then we get a second entry short. Brief interruption, but I like this second entry short. We had the first break of this channel, and I was viewing this as a range. So you can see we keep breaking out the low side. So when we break out, pull back, bounce off the midline, come back. It's a breakout pullback and a second entry short. If you see all that in real time, I say you take that. And we got a failure right here. I just don't. With how congestive that is, I think on a day like today, I think you want to sit out. We get a failure. First entry. Actually, the failure happens right here. So this is second entry short or second entry long. You might consider that. But again, like we just bounced off that midline, so that's very aggressive. We come up, chop around a bit, come down, bounce, go higher. You get a failure right here, but it sets up on the wrong side of the EMA, unfortunately. But that looks, it looks good. Whoops. It looks good. It's pretty tempting. But yeah. Come down, first entry. This is very congestive, and I think this turns out to just be a range. and we're chopping around. This is kind of tempting on a choppy day like today when you have all that congestion. They're failing to take prices higher, and then you get this bearish bar to ride back to the EMA. That's tempting, but I don't think you can mark that. And then we have what looks like a downward channel, but it's pretty weak, so I don't think you want to play it that way. And then we do get this channel, and this is a second entry short. Actually, first entry, this is a failure, but I don't think I like that because we don't have confirmation of the trend channel yet. This gives us confirmation, and it's technically a second entry short, so you might take that. Yeah, and then we're just chopping around some more, and oh, this is a failure. Yeah, so you get a first entry, failed second entry long. I don't think normally I'd like this, but with how bearish that bar is, I really like that. But you can see, I mean, it fails. It breaks below the overnight lows and it fails. These are just days where it might be better to just sit out. If you don't get a trade early, just sit on your hands and don't even take a trade for the day. We're moving around. We're chopping around. First entry, second entry short right here. But these highs, the highs and lows are inconsistent. It just looks like a really good setup to ride back to the EMA, but I don't think I can mark it. It's just the context is so choppy. I don't think you want to take it. We make this high here, and you get technically this is a failure. I marked this, but I mean I don't think you can take that. We bounce, get a first entry, second entry. So look, these are the outside bars. That is part of this personality. They're just chopping people to pieces. You get this second entry short right here, and a bunch of people probably took this, and I don't know, I wasn't watching, but they probably trap people in, take it higher, and then take it down exactly where these people originally thought it was going. Same thing right here. People going long on the failure. They probably, I wasn't watching, but they probably trapped people in and then took it lower, trapped those people out, and then took it higher exactly where they were expecting. And yeah, so we come down here, we form this little spiking channel. You get a first entry, failed second entry. I think you got to take that. Really, I should have it. You want to go short there. So, and it kind of looks like a second entry short too, first entry, but it doesn't tick higher. So then you get an overshoot, leads to a break, first entry, second entry. I don't know why I marked it red. I should mark it green. It's a second entry off the EMA, off of our trend channel, but we had an overshoot. We just bounced at the overnight low, so that's aggressive. But if you're going for 4 ticks, should be all right. We come up here, you get this lower high. I like this one. You get this lower high just to test the EMA. There's plenty of room for 4 ticks, right? 80, 75. Yeah, so you get a perfect scalp right there. And we come back, we test this high a second time. And you get a first entry, failed second entry long right here. But yeah, like most of these, a lot of these entries I wouldn't take, but they're just according to the rules. You get a failure here, and I like this one because we just broke out of the overnight lows. You get a first entry, failed second entry. It's off of a trend channel. You could see it trying to go lower and not succeeding. It's a good setup. So I like that one. We're just working our way up. Nothing in here. Too far from the EMA. Finally, it looks like we're going higher. You can see the second entry long off this trend channel, but I don't think you want to take that because of the context. You know, it could just be a failed break higher, and it's kind of congested, far from the EMA. But we make another leg up, and we start working down. That fails and bounces, and we come up here. Actually, this is a second entry long, so you might take that. but you just don't know where there's no consistent highs or lows. Uh, that's pretty much it. That's really it. So I mean, look, if you recognize this personality, me personally, I'm starting to recognize it, and I'd prefer staying out. If I don't get a trade in before 7 a.m., I would prefer staying out. So that's how I saw it. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you had a good day.